Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the showdown between the Greenskins, who shall be led by Dr. Doom and Darkness, and the Warriors of Chaos, who are going to be helmed by a Chaos Sorcerer Lord atop his mighty Manticore, and he is indeed going to be wielding the Lore of Metal. So it has some pretty good synergies actually with the Chaos Spawn. So Weird Spawn are the ROR of Chaos Spawn, and I've been actually trying them out a little bit lately, and I found that they have some niche applications. I still wouldn't call them like a competitive top tier unit, but their Armor Sundering plus Plague of Rust, you can take a unit of Black Orcs, put them from 80 armor down to, I think, another 60 from Plague of Rust, so down to like 20 armor, at which point they really just get buttered, because Black Orcs really rely heavily on their armor. They have 110 armor, but their melee defense is quite poor. These ones have some chevrons, but I think Black Orcs without chevrons have like 24, like 22 melee defense. It's really low. So if you can sunder their armor, man, you can burn them down quick. So I really like this build so far from Dov. Anyways, for the build in the front line, it's going to be 2 Black Orcs and pretty self-explanatory. Immune to Psych, good AP. Chaos has a lot of armor. You know, it's pretty standard stuff. So Black Orcs pretty good there in the front line. On the flanks, we got some Goblins. Had to go to the discount section, but these aren't, you know, they're no mere Goblins. These are Day Peak Loonies, of course, being unbreakable. And on the other side, the Warlords boys also have armor sundering. So they're going to be able to help out against some of those heavily armored Chaos targets. In the back here, we have a relatively standard Archer Corps. We have the Rusty Heirs and 2 groups of Orc Archers. And Orc Heir boys against armored factions, I think, are a better pick. They have they have higher AP values, and typically they're a little bit tougher. So they have better leadership. You know, they're more durable than Goblins, so they're going to be staying around a little bit longer than Goblin Archers. So I like the Orc Heir boys, more AP, a little bit more durable. For example, they could take like a Hell Cannon shot here or a Cav charge and, you know, keep fighting and, you know, keep shooting once the enemy kind of relents and goes somewhere else. So 2 groups of Orc Heir boys, the Rusty Heirs, and a lot of Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Now, Greenskins have a really hard time contesting the Cav game. So for example, if they're coming in with like Chaos Knights, Knights of the Blazing Sun, Dragon Princes, you're not really going to be able to kind of fight them with your pigs. As such, I think kind of more subterfuge and just kind of using the snares. So Forest Goblin Spider Riders for poison to snare them in place, Nasty Skulkers to pin them down, and kind of counterpunching them with your archers and your big monsters like trolls is a little bit better. So a bunch of Forest Goblin Spider Riders, 2 archers as well, the Orc Heir boys. And am I missing anything here? Yeah, we got the trolls. We have the Durkid Squig Hoppers, and these guys are pretty good. Squig Hoppers normally die very quickly, but I like mixing in the ROR. They're, you know, relatively resilient, I suppose. I mean, they're not resilient at all. They have 25 armor and 26 melee defense, but compared to the regular ones they are, I suppose is what I was trying to say. But anyways, bonus first infantry, poison. If you could cycle charge with these guys and, you know, pressure certain areas, you get that bonus first infantry, you get that poison. And they're not that expensive, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they do. So we got those guys. And in the back, we have Pigtonians. So we have the Broken Tusk Mob, and, you know, Greenskin Cav are pretty terrible for the most part, but, you know, the Broken Tusk Mob, you know, they're a little bit stronger. They have decent combat stats, 27, 29, 32. They have a good bonus for infantry, but more importantly, they have 90 armor. So fighting against Chaos Knights who have low AP but high damage output, it's really actually going to be quite good for these piggies, especially if you're running like Wurzog and you want to buff them. So here in the front, Dob plays with a nice Plague of Rust, putting the Black Orcs down to 50 and actually buttering them up pretty good here with his Marauder Horseman. He has Feral Manticore plus a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and in the back is just Chaos Warriors going into the sunset, stacked with Chaos Spawn and a Hell Cannon, which is going to be the Soul of Damnation. So is it going to be damning the souls of any of these Black Orcs? Let's find out. And nope. Actually, it looks like it might have, I think it might have like clipped one guy in the back there. But anyways, fighting is underway here. My Orc Archers are going to be trying to screen out those Marauder Horsemen, just keeping them away from the cookie jar. But nonetheless, I've got some pretty good value. And his initial hammering with the Soul of Damnation plus these Marauder Horsemen is actually really good. So I'm going to be using the Forest Goblin Spider Riders here in the front just to screen out. They have shields, and they're essentially a counter against Marauder Horsemen. They have better stats, they have poison, they're shielded, a little bit slower, but for the most part, all you really need to do is screen them. You don't need to like catch them and kill them every time, right? Just kind of keep them away from the value targets they want to be picking off. So in the meantime, Azag is in a bit of an Air Force duel with the Chaos Sorcerer. He has been using the Spirit Leech to kind of wear him down. And I'm looking for that Alpha Strike. I have to be careful because he does have the Feral Manticore. And part of me was like, let's rampage the Feral Manticore so it attacks him to the ground and basically just, you know, goes down here. And Dob actually is going to be taking a fight here. So the Marauder Horsemen are going to be piling in against the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. And the Spider Riders should win this pretty hard. And they're going to get poisoned, they're going to get slowed, but, you know, he obviously has a plan here. He's looking to kind of pin me down with his Horsemen, bring in the Double Manticores, drop a nice Searing Bolt right there, which actually roasts quite a few of my Goblins. And they're terrified, so suddenly those Marauder Horsemen actually win that skirmish fight, but Big Papa Azag coming in to butter that bread. He's going after the Chaos Sorcerer, and he is getting huge damage. And plus, I still have a group of Forest Goblin Spider Riders here who have good mass, so they're going to be able to kind of pin him in here. And you can see the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Metal is going to get broken. We're going to Spirit Leech him one more time, but I'm pretty sure he ends up living here. But the Chaos Spawn are going to be surging in as well to help out, and it's certainly going to favor Chaos here. I mean, I have some Goblins, and my Spider Riders really did take a pounding. One group I think is at like half health, and the other one's pretty much just offline. I also forgot to mention I do have the Night Goblin Shaman in the back kind of holding things down. So in the front line, we have Chaos Warriors fighting, but the Trolls are going to be just annihilating these Chaos Infantry. Trolls, if they're not like pressured by archers or anti-large units, are so good against Chaos-style infantry. I mean, you can see this guy's literally eating that rod. Oh, I thought he was going to eat him. He's just going to club him. Over here, Black Orcs are continuing to grind through, and it looks like Chaos Spawn on the far side are doing quite well, just chewing through Goblins. I mean, that's basically what they're designed to do. They just started fighting up to 14 kills, and it's certainly only going to be a matter of time before the AP Cloonies, crumble there. In the meantime, the Hell Cannon is still shooting in, and it looks like it's going after my archers here. It's going to be going after to Rusty Errors, and that's going to hurt pretty bad. Up in the sky, we do have a duel as well. So the Chaos Feral Manticore is going to be fighting Azag. Azag is a far superior duelist, but he only has 24 melee defense, so the Manticore is going to be connecting quite a bit and getting some pretty good damage. So despite the fact that the bounce power is, it's relatively even, I would say. He's gotten some pretty good damage. I mean, I got rid of his Lord, essentially, but the bounce power is still even. That's what I was trying to articulate there. The Chaos Spawn here are still fighting, and they're not going to have a good time versus Black Orcs, and they'll do well against Goblins, I suppose, but Black Orcs, their armor is just so heavy unless it gets sundered by, like, metal or the Weird Spawn. Here in the middle, we are able to catch the Weird Spawn. The Pigtonians, the brave knights of Pigtonia, are able to capture these guys, and they're getting those anti-large attacks, and the Weird Spawn really just couldn't find a good target, although a really nice Searing Doom right there from Dov is able to kind of chew up a ton of my pigs, but not before the Weird Spawn pretty much get put in the trash can. There's 5 models left, they have 699 HP, and they're going down very quickly. Granted, they did, beat the brakes on my Orcs. They wouldn't without that Searing Doom. That Searing Doom was really, really good there by Dov. So the Weird Spawn are going to claim victory over the Pigtonians, and where are they going to go next? We will find out. So in the back, Forest Goblin Spider Riders are going to be chasing down his archers, and we're going to be going in with the Steel Chair, trying to finish off this fight, and oh my god, just absolutely crumped. That git was crumped so hard, and you can see here Azag able to do a ton of damage. Plague of Rust did go off beforehand, but it's probably not going to be enough to really, allow these horsemen to finish him off here. So Azag is going to be swooping down, finally getting on the Soul of Damnation, which has been doing a ton of damage to my archers as well as my Black Orcs. You can see it's at half ammo, but Azag's had enough of this shit. He's going to be eating some these Chaos Dwarves, who actually are unbreakable, but yeah, should be some pretty good damage. So the Feral Manticore over here in the distance is getting shot by all the archers, and the Black Orcs here are going to be crumping all over these Chaos Warriors. Spirit Leech is going to be coming in to help as well. Black Orcs, already have the advantage here, but Chaos Warriors hold pretty well. I mean, even though they are like a shielded unit, they don't have the AP, they have, really high melee defense value, so they're going to be holding for quite some time. Until now, so they're going to be bucking. Black Orcs chasing those bad boys off. So here, Azag is going to be going in for the Alpha Strike on the Soul of Damnation, and my little Jerkin Squid Coppers, who were chasing down skirmishers for most of the game, are going to be swooping in here and getting some really, really good poison bonus for infantry attacks and marauders. But again, their melee defense is quite low. You don't always want to leave them in sustained combat, and I actually don't know how good their charge bonus is. 31's okay, although that's with the Wob Pop, so yeah, it's probably much lower. So anyways, here you can see that the Soul of Damnation is pretty much going to be the last thing online. The Weird Spawn being, extra weird back here. They got their horns quite spooky. They're going to be crumping on some of these gits right here, that's for sure. So well played. It was certainly a fun game for sure. Dov, obviously after the game we were talking about it. He was just using a very experimental build, trying out something new. So not a true test of his chaos acumen, but nonetheless, it wasn't bad. There was a couple of things. Obviously, losing the Metal Sorcerer early kind of skewed our test because we didn't get to see the true efficiency of consistent Plagues of Rust on top of my high value targets and things like that. So it would have been interesting to see that, but getting the Chaos Sorcerer early with Azag was really, really, really good. That was a huge boon. And even after having gotten him, the bounce power was pretty even over the course of the whole game. His Hell Cannon was doing a lot of work, and yeah, it was certainly a menace. So the Chaos Spawn, 129 kills in that one on the far side. It killed the goblins, and then it did about half damage to another group of Black Orcs. That's pretty good value, and honestly, maybe if the Weird Spawn hadn't been caught by my pigs, because the pigs really skewered them. Like, they put their HP down so hard. So the Weird Spawn didn't really get to function. But I think if you want to go with like a Chaos Spawn build, I don't know. The Beast Spawn ones are so much better. The poison is just so damn useful. But these ones, I think maybe just bring just the Weird Spawn and just kind of really focus on protecting them and getting them into those good targets. But then again, if the Weird Spawn get focused, your whole Plague of Rust strategy's out the window, so bring in a couple. I don't know. Yeah, maybe just got the Soul of Damnation. Just get like more meat to the army. I think that could be something that'd be good. Like even like cutting the Soul of Damnation and getting like a Shaggoth or something. Like something just meaty, just to kind of hold up my advance a little bit. Yeah, I think that could be quite good. Soul of Damnation did okay, though. It definitely got a lot of kills on Black Orcs and was, something I was trying to get to the whole game, but he did a really good job defending it, so I wasn't able to get back there and just, butter that sweet bread. But yeah, it was a really cool build for sure. The Feral Manticore didn't do so well either. I feel like he had a little bit of a hard time shining. That Rampage is really tricky. But, I mean, it is cheap. I mean, 800 gold against Greenskins, and it causes terror, so I can certainly see why you would bring it. Like, it's a cheap terror-causing unit. It can kill Greenskin casters on a lot of characters very easily. So, yeah, I like the Feral Manticore pick, I think, for sure. I mean, I typically, when I play against Greenskins, tend to go a little bit more, using Chaos Warriors with Great Weapons, and I'm sure he does too, but obviously, and I'm trying to think what it would change to make the Chaos Spawn work in that matchup. Let's do some theory crafting. Yeah, I do like the Metal Sorcerer, though. I think that's pretty good. Final Transmutation is really punishing against Greenskins, too. But anyways, well played to Dov. Please make sure to check out his YouTube channel if you haven't. And let's go Theorycraft, guys. Let's see what we would do if we were trying to do a Chaos Spawn build. I might go more all in on like a Blitz instead of like trying to play defensively with a Hell Cannon, simply just because I think that yields itself more to the Chaos Spawn style. So as far as Lord picks go, probably go with Warp Chicken, to be honest. He's just more durable. He causes terror himself. He can't really be sniped easily, so I would go with Warp Chicken, I think. Searing Doom, Plague of Rust, good choices. Yeah, I think he nailed it on the head there. Transmutation of Blood isn't bad either. I think you can go with any of those three. Final Transmutation works, but if you're going to be spamming Plague of Rust, it's not going to be quite as effective. So from here, I would probably bring Chaos Warriors with great weapons, just because, Black Orcs are kind of the expected pick. Although the Plague of Rust synergy, I'm trying to think. I don't know, maybe bring a couple regular Chaos Warriors. So I think this is like a decent core to the main army. We go with that. And then to synergize with the Armor Sundering you have, I think getting the Demon Spear, and they're actually a good unit. The Cloud of Flies is really good. So maybe I'd get Weird Spawn, Chaos Spawn, something like that. Maybe just 2 I think is enough for now. I do like the Marauder Horseman Skirmishing as well, but I think Knights are really strong. And Chaos Knights, again, will synergize pretty well with Weird Spawn and Plague of Rust. So I think going with double Chaos Knight and just getting that Crunk beatdown is going to be pretty good. And from there, we probably need to cut something. Transmutation of Blood is going to be a little bit expensive here, but it's so nice. It's such a good ability. Yeah, I think we'll just cut that for now. We need a little bit more meat in the army. So the main line, actually, do we though? So the front line is going to be, 5 units, which is pretty good. We have the Demon Spear on the flank. I think we need some Poison Warhounds as well to pressure archers. Something like this I think would be pretty mean for sure. I'll have to give it a try. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this game, and we will see you guys on the other side. Take care.